Opus 5 is out. It's even scoring better at some benchmarks than Fable. But in actual reality, is it that good? Is it the best model from Anthropic? Before we go into the review if Opus 5 is the best model out there or not, I think it's important to look at how Fable 5 is trained and how is it probably used to train Opus 5. We know that Fable 5 or Mythos 5 is a big model. It has a lot more knowledge in it. It's probably trained using the cleanest data that they have collected over the years from Claude Code and Claude Desktop. And they have completely used a different pre training process for achieving this level of intelligence in this bigger model. I mean, it is a 10 trillion model allegedly. While they were probably making it, they were completely concentrated on making it a great model for coding. But Mythos also turned out to be great at cybersecurity part. Therefore, the Glasswing project has begun and they got banned by the US government. And we also got the Fable 5, which was a toned down version of Mythos, just in the cybersecurity department. Now, after we got Fable 5, everyone's used it, and we know it feels like a wise senior developer who suggests great architectural decisions and is usually correct, but somehow being such a big model, it is slightly lazy and doesn't cover all angles like how GPT 5.6 Sol does it. Now, why are we talking about Fable? I think because Opus 5 is probably made using the learnings and the data that they had from making Fable. That means Opus 5 has the smartness and the most reliable data that they got from using Fable, right? So it should be better at everything just like Fable at a way cheaper cost. But in reality, it's not. Opus 5 is definitely a smarter model than Opus 4.8. It's roughly 5 trillion parameters, but we don't know for sure. And some of its positives are it is definitely smarter and it's also great at 3D designs, which will be definitely a positive for when you want to design any front end. And it has a main feature that is quite similar to another model, which is it is very diligent if you give it a task. It has a weird determination to complete the task, test every edge cases, look at all directions before saying it's done. This is kind of a similar pattern like GPT 5.6 Sol, which also does the same thing. It grabs the neck of the problem, doesn't leave until it's done, which is supposed to be a good thing, but in reality, it does something which makes the quality of the task bad. When I was testing initially, naturally thought Opus 5 is a similar model to GPT 5.6 Sol where it gets the problem and it tries to complete it no matter what. But after multiple threads and using it for a week, I observed it is doing something different. I observed a pattern where when it's probably trying to do a task that I have given, I found that sometimes finds a different issue, and this issue is probably not even mentioned by me. It tries to complete this, and then it finds some other connecting thing, and it completes and fixes this issue, and then it finds this issue and fixes this issue too, and then it goes and completes the task that I gave. Now, the problem is, I don't think I've even asked it to deal with these issues at all. These were not mentioned by me and in my prompt. The problem here is, it's not that it has fixed some issues that is probably helpful or it might not. It's just not what I intended to start with. It goes and does certain other things while I have given some other task, which is a major problem because it sometimes forgets that it has to complete the task that I originally gave. It sometimes refuses to do this task, and it's quite weird behavior. And because of this, it's constantly exploring different features, different issues that it can find in order to complete the task that I gave. It overthinks everything that it's doing, making even a small commit change into a big thing where I can see it has done some 500 lines of code, which I didn't even intend it to do. But if you have a Claude Max subscription and if you have access to Fable, I would say there's a better choice and a better way to deal with Opus 5's determination and its deviation problem. I think the best workflow to use Opus 5 is to make sure you use Fable. Give Fable the context and the tasks that you want to be done, and ask it to use Opus 5 subagents. I found this to be much more effective, and if there is a divergence from Opus 5, Fable 5 can say it and it corrects it. It won't let Opus get carried away and get stuck on other tasks. It will go and correct it itself if needed. Opus 5 is definitely a smart model, but it's not the best one out there. It shouldn't be your daily driver. Use Fable to spin up subagents and use Opus 5.